So occasionally we get specific searches from buyers that want to live on specific roads in London. Recently got a search like that, sent out a lot of letters to the road that they want to be on, and we've just had a response from one of the owners on this particular garden square in Notting Hill. So I'm just going to give her a quick call and try to find out a bit more about the property and arrange a time to go and have a look at it. This is a good way of generating off-market opportunities for our buyers, and sometimes for the owners it results in really lucrative sales as well because of the off-market nature of everything. So I'm just going to give her a quick call and we'll see what comes of it.
Speaking.
Oh, hi, it's Bart calling from Dawson Barker.
Oh, hi. Thank you so much for returning my call.
That's not a problem at all. How are you doing? You okay?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Good. Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Not too bad. Bit of a cold actually, but otherwise all good.
No.
Yeah.
My boss, I'm a personal assistant to the lady that owns number 2. And we just kind of wanted to know off the back of your letter what if you were in, I don't know, what you say you've got a client looking around. Do you?
Yeah. So the clients that I'm dealing with, they're currently Notting Hill based already. So they like all of the garden squares really in Notting Hill, but specifically they've walked through a few times, and they're planning on having a family, and it's sort of tucked away nicely compared to some of the other ones, like Elgin and Westbourne Grove, where there's lots of traffic and people walking around. So this is a garden square that they've identified as one that they're really interested in. I know that 2 houses have recently sold on the square last year, but obviously they're no longer available, and so I thought I'd reach out with a letter to a few of the houses and see if we can try and make something happen for them. They've got a really strong budget. They're cash buyers, and I guess it's just the case of figuring out whether this house could be something that's A, right for them, and B, obviously whether your boss would be in a position to sell it if we got them a really good offer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we weren't looking to necessarily sell it. I'm not sure what her plans were. We've recently bought it, and we're just basically going to refurb it, and then I think maybe rent it out. Or she hadn't really got a firm plan. I don't think. She just bought it and then thought, let's do it up and see where it goes. So, I'll let me go back to her and speak to her and just say that they're cash buyers and they're definitely looking for the area. How many bedrooms do they look at? Have they got any kind of other requirements? I'm just thinking it's pointless me going back to her if this house is a definite no for whatever reason.
Yeah, well, I guess if you do know a bit about the house, it would be good to just understand, the size and the number of bedrooms. Do you know roughly a few details?
Gosh, I can check the size on it. We've got a floor plan. It is, let me count up, 1, 2, 4 bedrooms, I'd say.
Okay.
However, I think one of the bedrooms they probably knock through and make it into like a kitchen living area. I'm not sure how they do it. So basically, you walk in, you've got the living room on the ground floor, and then downstairs you've got garden with a kitchen, and then a separate room which we're using as a bedroom, but could be, I don't know, like an open plan living kitchen, and then maybe the ground floor could have a bedroom. I don't know. So yeah, 4 bedroom. 1, 2, 2 bathrooms and a loo, like downstairs loo.
Yeah.
Beautiful garden. It's not got grass, I don't think. It's just kind of patio, but it's still really a good size.
Do you know the square footage?
The square footage, I'd have to check on the floor plan. Actually, bear with me 1 minute. I'll put it on my phone.
Sure. This is a good opportunity to come in and start advising on what the best thing to do with the property is, whether it is to renovate and rent it out, or sell it now at a good price. There's multiple sort of avenues for something like this, so it's good to get in touch with people at this point to see what the best advice that we can give is.
Okay, so we've got internal approximate gross floor area is 238.5 square meters.
Okay.
So that's 2.5k basically square foot.
Okay, fine.
Is that kind of in line with what they're looking for?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we looked at something on Ledbury Road recently, which is about 2,900 square feet, but they don't like the road just because it's so busy, and they don't mind something slightly smaller. And that was probably as close as we got to, relatively speaking, what they're interested in.
Well, this says the garden is it's 10.13 by 7.62. I'm guessing that's meters. And then the terrace, there's a balcony on the first floor and on the ground floor, and then a terrace on the ground floor, which is about 2 by 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, and also in terms of the square, there's like a little committee, so everybody kind of, I think when it comes to, I don't know, looking out for each other, there's like a bit of a community that somebody chairs up, and I guess some people go along to the meetings, and so it's quite nice, and there's a security guard always patrolling around as well.
Yeah.
I don't think that we pay any service charge for that, and I think it's part of a different property, but yeah. Okay. And then obviously you get a residence parking. There's no parking included in the house.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. So, do you know what they bought it for, by any chance?
Do you know what? I don't, because the property sale went through before I started working with my boss. However, I can find out and revert, or I'm sure it might be on Rightmove or Zoopla or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to have a look, but I can't seem to find it anywhere. So it just, I guess, be useful to understand. And in the first instance, I think if it was at all possible, it'd be good to have a look at the place so I can check it out and see if it's good for them and for anyone else that I'm speaking to. But I guess I'll leave that for you to discuss with them. I do have this specific couple. They're sort of early 30s, but very successful in sort of in the finance world. Really cool guys. Drive like a vintage 911. They already live. They love what the Notting Hill, Garden Square life is all about. But we haven't quite found the right place for them. So this could be really interesting.
Okay, amazing. All right, let me speak to her and I'll come back to you.
Awesome. Okay, that sounds good.
Perfect. Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much. Thank you. Bye. Oh, that's a good call. Very interesting. Very interesting that they haven't bought it for themselves to live in. They don't know whether they're going to rent it out or do it up. It's in this sort of situation when people are in limbo where you can often make things happen if it makes sense for everyone. So very good call. I want to see what comes up from it. Obviously going to follow this up 37 times for the next 3 days, and we'll try and get in, have a look at the property and see if it's going to work for my buyers.